Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the Funimation dub of episode 71 of Dragonball Super. We begin this episode at nighttime in an area filled with mountains where we see Goku suddenly dying. Goten, Gohan, and Piccolo fly to Goku's location, but they quickly realize that they have arrived too late. We then go back in time to earlier in the day to show us the events that led up to the opening scene of this episode. So earlier in the day, we see that Goku is concentrating on focusing his energy so that he becomes very aware of his surroundings. We see this during lunchtime as well, because we see that Goku is slowly eating his food one piece at a time, a far cry from Goku's usual eating habits, something that Chi-Chi and Goten quickly notice and point out as well. Goku is also shown to be much more alert because he quickly rushes to the door just before the mailman has a chance to knock on the door, and the mailman is quite startled by Goku's sudden arrival at the door. We then head to Beerus's planet, where we see Vegeta is training with Whis right now. Beerus, however, appears, and he questions Whis about where Goku is, because Beerus describes Goku as being the anchor of Universe 7 for the upcoming Omniversal tournament that Grand Zeno, the Omni King, talked about holding sometime after the Tournament of Destroyers. That's right, yes. After the Tournament of Destroyers concluded, Grand Zeno said that he was thinking about holding a tournament featuring multiple universes, and that's what Beerus is concerned about because Beerus believes that the Omni King could announce the tournament at any moment, so he wants to make sure that Goku is prepared for this upcoming tournament. Vegeta, however, suspects that Whis knows something about what Goku has been up to lately, but Whis acts rather coy about the situation when Vegeta inquires him about what he knows about Goku's special training. Back on Earth, Goten goes to see Gohan, and he tells Gohan about Goku's behavior lately, and the brothers follow their father to the city where we see that Goku has bought some groceries, and after he's bought the groceries, Goku is closing his eyes and continuing to focus his energy, and he's trying to follow his instincts, he says to himself. Yeah, Goku is muttering to himself about how he's trying to follow his instincts. And so he's, walking around the city slowly with his eyes closed and, going wherever his instincts tell him to go. So Gohan and Goten decide that they need to follow after their dad to see what exactly is going on. But Gohan tells his younger brother that they need to wear disguises so that their dad doesn't recognize them. So Gohan dons his costume of the Great Saiyaman! And he also offered a costume for his younger brother. But Goten says he'll just take the sunglasses. He no longer thinks that the Great Saiyaman costume is cool like he did back during Dragon Ball Z's Buu saga. And Gohan is rather sad to hear this. But we do see Goku just wandering around different locations throughout the city with all his groceries, one of which is a very big fish, and Gohan and Goten following after Goku a few feet away to try and make sure that Goku doesn't notice them. Eventually, Goku ends up wandering in the middle of the road, or in the middle of the street, and he does this just as Bulma is driving by in a car, so Bulma accidentally crashes into Goku. And Bulma prepares to hit Goku for getting in the way of her car and causing some damage to her car, but Goku actually dodges Bulma's attack, and Bulma is quite furious that Goku dodged her attempt to hit him. Even Gohan and Goten comment to each other that Goku usually lets Bulma hit him, probably because Bulma's hits don't really hurt Goku, considering how powerful he is. But Gohan and Goten are still trying to figure out what exactly Goku is up to. The most they figured out is that Goku is looking for someone, and Gohan tells Goten that he has a plan to try and figure out more from their dad. Gohan thinks that he's going to invite their dad to dinner. And yes, that's exactly what happens. So later on in the day, Gohan, Videl, and Pan, we're at Gohan, Videl, and Pan's house now. And there's now a dinner for their family, both like their direct relatives, their in-laws, and figurative relatives as well. Because, of course, Gohan, Videl, and Pan are present because it's at their house, but Goku, Chi-Chi, Goten, Hercule, and even Piccolo are all present for this dinner gathering. Actually, Piccolo is grilling food right now. Yeah, Piccolo is using a grill to grill some food right now. And he takes grilling food rather seriously. Piccolo even calls himself the Grill Master. So, yeah, Goku is enjoying the meal, and Gohan and Goten are still thinking about how they're going to approach their father. So, sometime after dinner has finished up, Goku is sitting down outside on the swing set while most of their relatives have gone inside. Gohan and Goten approach their dad, preparing to inquire him about earlier. But then Goku actually admits to his sons that he knows that they were following him around earlier. And so Gohan and Goten use this as a chance to inquire their dad about what was going on, admitting that they followed him because they were concerned. Goku says he'll tell them, but only if they promise not to tell their mother, and they do assure their dad that they won't tell Chi-Chi about this. So Goku admits to his sons that he's aware of the fact that someone is trying to kill him. We then cut to Universe 6, and we go to an unspecified alien planet, and we see a familiar face is on this alien planet. The familiar face is none other than Universe 6's greatest assassin, Hit. And Hit is at this particular planet because, well, he's trying to fulfill his most recent contract. So Hit's walking through a city on this planet, and it's nighttime and it's raining on this planet. While Hit's walking by, we do get to see a news reporter commenting about how Frost has been exposed as a criminal to the public. It turns out Cabba was the one responsible for informing the public of Frost being a criminal and not as benevolent as he claimed himself to be. But anyway, Hit's in this city because, Hit's most recent target, is some alien crime lord, and Hit's able to easily eliminate this crime lord, so that's been fulfilled. Hit has a small hologram, Hit has a small item in his hand which produces a hologram of his next target, and Hit is surprised to see that his next target is none other than Goku himself. We then cut back to Universe 7 on Earth, where we see Piccolo actually pulls Gohan aside to talk to him because Piccolo admits that he noticed that Gohan has been acting unusual lately, or ever since the night anyway, I should clarify. Piccolo says he noticed that Gohan has been acting strange throughout the dinner tonight, and he is concerned, especially because Gohan seems to be especially worried about Goku's well-being, considering how powerful Goku is. Although Gohan hesitates to tell Piccolo at first, Piccolo manages to convince Gohan that they don't need to keep secrets with each other. So Gohan admits to Piccolo that Goku has informed him, and Goten for that matter, that someone is trying to kill Goku, and it turns out Goku is already aware of the fact that the one who's after him is Universe 6's legendary assassin, Hit. And Piccolo is quite surprised to hear this. And, oh, that's right, while they're talking, Goku senses Hit's energy signature has arrived not just in Universe 7, but on Earth as well. So Goku flies off to an isolated area to confront Hit. And Piccolo and Gohan only realize that Goku is gone after he's already gone, but they do try to lock onto his energy signature while they have the chance. Goku arrives in an area filled with mountains, and he powers up to Super Saiyan Blue, and when he does so, Hit makes his presence known. And while this is happening, Piccolo and Gohan notice that they can't sense Goku's energy signature anymore, figuring that he's powered up to Super Saiyan Blue, because mortals can't sense divine energy. Goten also noticed that Goku's energy signature has disappeared now, so Gohan, Goten, and Piccolo all agree to fly off to the place where they last sensed Goku's energy signature in order to help him out. With Goku and Hit admits that this isn't anything personal against Goku, he's just fulfilling his latest contract. And Hit actually offers Goku a compromise. Hit says he'll only pretend to carry out the assassination if Goku goes into hiding. Goku, however, declines the offer, and Hit admits to Goku that he figured Goku would decline the offer, but figured it was only right to extend the courtesy anyway. But Hit says that now it's time for him to make the donuts. Yes, he actually does say that line in the Funimation dub. But anyway, so Hit and Goku begin their confrontation, but Hit's actually able to land a killing blow on Goku without... Hit barely breaks a sweat when he lands a killing blow on Goku. Goku was only able to charge up an energy attack, and when Goku is falling over, the energy attack is launched into the sky when Goku falls over, and he powers down back to his normal form, and Goku is dead now. Hit says that he'll return once, he says he'll come back once the dust is settled, in his words. And after Hit leaves, that's when Goten, Gohan, and Piccolo arrive in the area filled with mountains, and the scene at the beginning of the episode plays out, with Goten, Gohan, and Piccolo realizing that they have arrived too late and that Goku is now dead, and that's how we end the episode. So this episode marks the first of the 3 two-parters that make up the rest of the Breather episodes after the Zamasu saga, but before the 5th saga of Dragon Ball Super. And yes, I do realize it does sound kind of unusual to refer to at least this two-parter, or part 1 of this two-parter, as a Breather episode, considering what happened to Goku. Having said that, though, we do have to remember that Dragon Ball Super takes place during the 10-year time skip after Kid Buu was defeated with the Super Spirit Bomb, but before the end of Dragon Ball Z, where Goku crossed paths with Oob, the human reincarnation of Kid Buu. So, Goku's gonna come back to life. Not to mention the Dragon Balls themselves are known for bringing people back from the dead, so that's not much of a surprise. But having said that, though, if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe the Earth Dragon Balls were upgraded to bring the same person back to life multiple times, because Goku had been brought back by the Earth Dragon Balls once before in the Saiyan saga, and it was notable that Goku couldn't be brought back to life again during the Cell Saga because he was already brought back to life. So, yeah, whether Goku's going to be brought back to life by the Namekian Dragon Balls or by other means, because in the Buu Saga, Goku was brought back to life by means other than the Dragon Balls. So, that's going to be left for viewers to find out in part 2. Well, dub-only viewers, because if you've seen the sub version or if you've read up on what happens in the next episode, then you know what happens. But I'm not going to give that away for dub-only viewers. So, yeah, that's... so for the dub-only viewers who are just going in blind, it's going to be a question of how Goku comes back to life. Especially because, as I said, this is a two-parter, and we do have 2 more two-parters before the 5th saga begins. And there's also the mystery about who hired Hit to kill Goku. And again, if you've seen the sub or if you've read about this two-parter, then you know the answer to that already. But if you're a dub viewer going in blind, no knowledge of what's going to come, you can rest assured I'm not going to give that away for you. You'll find out once this two-parter is complete. So for other details regarding this two-parter, there were some nice moments. Like, I liked the brothers, Goku's sons, bonding with each other, Gohan and Goten, because I always did like Gohan and Goten's bond during the Buu Saga, and unfortunately, we don't get to see the two of them bond much in Dragon Ball Super. Earlier on in Dragon Ball Super, we didn't really get to see them bond too much, so it's nice to see the brothers bonding with each other again, and in this case, it was because they were both concerned about their dad, and they wanted to look out for him. So, yeah, that was pretty heartwarming in its own right. And, yeah, I liked seeing the Great Saiyaman make his return. And, yeah, Goten's no longer fascinated by the Great Saiyaman, or Goten no longer thinks the Great Saiyaman costume is cool, which stood out because Goten was one of the handful of individuals that actually liked the Great Saiyaman costume. So I did feel bad for Gohan there because one of his fans of his costume is no longer a fan of his costume. And I can't help but wonder, what would Goten's Great Saiyaman costume have been like? Or would he be called Great Saiya Boy, I wonder? In any case, yeah, I guess on one hand, it does change Goten a bit. Goten has some kind of change in his character, but on the other hand, it's like, yeah, I did feel bad for Gohan. But at least the two of them were still working together to try and help their dad out. And Piccolo joining in on the concern was also pretty heartwarming because, yeah, it's nice to see how Piccolo was once a great enemy of Goku's, but now he's practically family to Goku's family because Piccolo was the only individual at the dinner party who wasn't related to Goku's family by blood or through marriage. So having Piccolo there kind of shows us that Piccolo is like an honorary family member to Goku's family. And yeah, that was pretty heartwarming. And it was heartwarming how Goku's sons and Piccolo were all quick to rush to Goku's aid to help him out, even if they've arrived too late. Now, as for Hit, yeah, I'm glad to see Hit has made a return, and I like hearing Matt Mercer's performance as Hit. Oh, that's right, I should mention that. Before, I was under the impression, I never actually heard the voice artist's name said out loud before, so I was under the impression that his name was Matt Mercer, but lately I've been hearing some videos referring to his name as Matt Mercer. And I did mention this before, I do make a point to try and pronounce a real-life person's name the way they would. My stance on not being a stickler about pronunciations is about other words, not real-life people's names. So with that in mind, I will make a point to refer to him as Matt Mercer in the future, considering that seems to be how his name is actually said. He's a real-life person, so I'm going to try and say his name the way he would because he's a real-life person. But I digress on that. Otherwise, yes, there was a line with where Hit says, "Time to make the donuts." And for those unfamiliar, that's a line that Hit says in Xenoverse 2, the video game. When you select Hit as a playable character, that's one of the quotes he says when you select him. So it was pretty amusing that they made a reference to that line. I know some people might not have been happy about that, but other people I've noticed have pointed out that time to make the donuts is also an expression that can be used to mean it's time to get to work, or let's get let's get our work done, something like that. So you could say it still fits. It's just, yeah, it's just like adding a different spin to it. Like, it's just not as on the nose, I guess you could say. So personally, though, I didn't mind. I didn't mind him saying "time to make the donuts." I got a kick out of the reference, and yeah, I did like some other funny moment. Or yeah, I liked how Piccolo called himself the Grill Master. I thought that was pretty funny, especially because Piccolo, as a Namekian, only needs water to survive. He doesn't actually need to eat food, so him being very passionate about grilling food was pretty funny. So, otherwise, yeah, there wasn't really too much else to say about this particular episode. Yeah, we still managed to have some funny moments and heartwarming moments, even with the situation about Hit having a contract to kill Goku. And like I said, though, we know Goku's going to come back to life. It's just a matter of how and who's the one that ordered the hit on Goku. So we'll find that out in the next episode where this two-parter, the Hit two-parter, concludes. So yeah, there we go for now. So as of this video, we've now discussed the Funimation dub of episode 71 of Dragon Ball Super on this channel. Take care, and until next time.